Tom Cruise had always been the epitome of composure, a master at handling press, fans, and even the occasional controversial question. That day, however, something felt different. As he walked onto the set of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, his usual energy seemed slightly off. Colbert greeted him with his signature charm, and the audience roared. The segment began smoothly in a talk of stunts, movies, and Mission Impossible's latest mind-blowing sequence. But as the conversation continued, a shift in tone became evident. Tom, smiling politely, seemed cautious, almost reading between the lines of every joke Colbert made. The host, known for his wit and occasional edge, appeared unusually determined to probe deeper this time, almost like he was leading the actor toward an invisible trap. Colbert leaned back, eyes twinkling, and said, "Tom, you've been in the news for more than just your films lately, haven't you?" The audience chuckled nervously, unsure whether this was still part of the usual banter or something more. Cruise's posture stiffened just slightly. "Depends on what news you're reading, Stephen," he replied, the smile still present but clearly strained. Colbert grinned wider, sensing the tension. "Well, I think everyone's curious about your connection with certain powerful figures. Some say it's all part of a grand plan. Care to elaborate?" The audience laughed, but Cruise didn't. The tension rose, now thick in the air like smoke. Tom glanced off camera, his fingers tapping the armrest in a rhythm that suggested unease. Then, Colbert dropped eye to the name, the topic, the trigger. "Let's talk Scientology," Colbert said, his tone casual but direct. The audience gasped, not used to seeing such a direct confrontation on late-night TV. Cruise froze for a second, his smile completely gone now. "We agreed before this," he said quietly, almost to himself. Colbert raised an eyebrow. "Did we?" he said. "I just think the world wants to know what keeps you so devoted, even after all the stories that have come out." Cruise stood up. "This isn't what I came here for," he said. The camera panned awkwardly as crew members looked at one another, unsure if this was real or some elaborate bit. Colbert tried to lighten the mood. "Come on, Tom, it's all in good fun." But Cruise was already walking away, murmuring something under his breath. The audience sat stunned. The show quickly cut to commercial, but the clip had already gone viral. Within hours, social media exploded with hot takes, memes, and wild theories. Some praised Cruise for standing up for his beliefs, others slammed Colbert for ambushing a guest. But the most unexpected twist was yet to come. Less than a week later, Colbert invited another controversial figure to his show, Elon Musk. It was announced as a surprise drop-in, meant to promote a new Tesla reveal, but those who had followed the Cruise incident sensed something was brewing beneath the surface. Musk, known for his unpredictable behavior, seemed relaxed as he sat down, cracking jokes and teasing announcements. But as with Cruise, Colbert had other plans that night, and they were far from friendly. The first few minutes of the Musk segment were harmless, full of tech banter and interstellar ambitions. Colbert played along, nodding as Musk detailed plans for Mars colonization and robot workers. Then, with a sharp turn in tone, Colbert said, "But Elon, for someone who dreams of the future, some say you're living like a man with no past." "Care to comment?" Musk blinked. "What does that mean?" he asked, tone neutral. "Well," Colbert continued, "you've made enemies, you've fired whistleblowers, you've crushed unions. Some people are scared of the future you're building." The audience tensed, unsure if this was satire or something more. Musk paused, looked around, and said, "Stephen, you invited me here to talk about cars, not character assassinations." Colbert didn't back down. "But isn't your character relevant? You're not just a car guy, you're shaping economies, democracies, even human evolution." Musk leaned forward, his playful demeanor vanishing. "You're using a comedy show to push a narrative. I hope your viewers know that," he said. Colbert nodded slowly. "Maybe. Or maybe comedy is the only place left where truth can be told without getting censored." The silence between them grew until it cracked. Musk laughed, bitterly. "That's rich. You work for a corporation too, Stephen." Then, in a moment that shocked everyone, Colbert pulled out a dossier of documents, emails, tweets laid neatly on his desk. "Want to talk about these?" he asked. Musk's face darkened. At first, Musk refused to look. "I've seen enough conspiracy threads online to know how this goes," he said. Colbert replied, "It's not a conspiracy if it's your own data, Elon." For the first time, Musk seemed rattled. He glanced at the pages, leaned back in his seat, and sighed. "This is a setup," he muttered. The audience didn't laugh. Colbert asked, "Why do you keep silencing people who disagree with you?" Musk replied, "Because they're wrong, and when they're wrong at scale, they cause harm." Colbert stared. "Or maybe they're just afraid of the future you're forcing on them." Suddenly, Musk's voice cracked. "You think I wanted any of this? I'm trying to save the world while it tears me apart." The audience was dead silent. Musk's eyes welled up. The titan of tech, the meme lord, the SpaceX Barona was fighting tears. "People think I'm a monster," he said softly. "They don't see the hours, the failures, the isolation." Colbert's face shifted. His expression wasn't smug now. It was human. "Then talk to them, Elon," he said. "Talk to us." For a moment, it seemed like Musk might. But then he stood up, much like Cruz had, and said, "This isn't the place." He walked off stage without looking back. The show cut to black and no credits, no music, just the stunned audience frozen in their seats. Online, the clip broke every record. Millions debated whether Musk had been unfairly treated or whether Colbert had exposed something the world needed to see. Both walkouts sparked a cultural firestorm. Late-night shows had crossed a line, some claimed. Others argued they had finally done what journalism wouldn't. Colbert faced heavy criticism, but also surprising praise. He remained quiet in public, but insiders leaked that he had received threats, even from within the network. Cruz released a short statement, "I expected a conversation, not a confrontation. I walked away because I chose dignity." Musk tweeted cryptically, "Sometimes the loudest voice is the one that breaks inside." The internet pounced on every word. Analysts debated the ethics of ambush television. Were celebrities too protected? Or were talk shows becoming dangerous platforms for one-sided attacks? A week passed, then another. Ratings soared. But Colbert didn't mention either walkout, until one night, he opened the show alone. No monologue, no band, just him. "I owe you all something," he said, a moment of honesty. He spoke of the role of satire, the risk of asking real questions in a world addicted to easy answers. "Some people think I crossed the line," he said. "Maybe I did, but maybe the line needs crossing." The audience was silent, listening, unsure how to feel. "Tom Cruise and Elon Musk are powerful men," he continued. "But power without scrutiny isn't freedom, it's theater." That night's episode ended without a guest. It was a monologue for a nation unsure of its heroes. In the aftermath, Hollywood and Silicon Valley were unusually quiet. Publicists canceled appearances. PR teams scrambled to manage optics. Some stars backed out of upcoming late-night appearances entirely, citing safety and respect concerns. Colbert's team, meanwhile, received offers from unexpected sources: activists, whistleblowers, even former CEOs wanting to appear. The show had become more than entertainment. It was now a forum for uncomfortable truth. Some viewers called it courageous, others called it reckless, but no one looked away. Meanwhile, Cruz was spotted at a charity gala, smiling and signing autographs. Musk tweeted jokes again, but rarely spoke to the press. Both had been shaken. Neither had forgotten. Online, theories spiraled into overdrive. Was it staged? Was Colbert working with insiders? Did Cruz and Musk coordinate responses? Reddit threads parsed every facial expression, every word. Analysts brought in body language experts. "Look at the eye twitch, he's clearly lying." That was a trauma response. The events had transcended talk shows. They had become symbols of transparency, of resistance, of media manipulation. Colleges held debates about the ethics of televised ambushes. YouTube exploded with breakdowns and counter-breakdowns. Everyone had an opinion. Few had certainty. But all agreed on one thing: something had shifted in how celebrities in power were perceived. Colbert never apologized, but he never gloated either. He said, "I didn't want to hurt anyone, but I won't pretend comfort is more important than truth." Cruz returned to film promotion but refused all talk shows. Musk continued with tech announcements but kept his appearances virtual. A new kind of late-night fear emerged, no longer about being mocked, but about being exposed. Other hosts grew cautious. Scripts were checked twice. PR reps tightened their grips, but the audience wanted more. They demanded depth, demanded conflict, demanded realness. They had tested the truth, and now the gloss of Hollywood felt stale. A year later, documentaries were announced. Walkout, The Night Late Night Changed, Tom Alon, Truth or Trap. Colbert declined to participate. Cruz refused interviews. Musk posted memes about being misrepresented. But the story wouldn't die. It had touched a nerve, a place where fame, power, and accountability collided. Some called it the night truth fought entertainment. Others called it the greatest performance of all. Regardless, the moment lived on, reshaped, retold, replayed. It had become folklore, a digital campfire story whispered across generations of screens. The line between truth and theater had blurred. In quiet corners of the internet, users still post the videos. One thread simply reads, "The moment Cruz stops smiling still haunts me." Another writes, "Musk's voice cracking, that was the realest thing I have seen." Whether staged, provoked, or spontaneous, the events of that week exposed something raw, something real. The world of entertainment had touched the world of truth, and neither had come out clean. And while the cameras rolled and the audiences clapped, a deeper question echoed in the silence afterward. When does a question become a weapon, and when does the answer become a confession?